Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
Alright, today we're looking at Space Program from Octopus 8 Games. It's a card game. It's kind of an abstract game where you're building a pyramid to complete your space program.
The first man into space was not an American. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin, a Russian cosmonaut, went entirely around the Earth one time out there in space.
So here's a look at the various cards. You got your agent, your stop in 1, your safe in 2, your switch in 3, your 4 and 2 times, and the W is a wild card. There's the scorecard. Here is the description of each of those cards' special abilities. The blue and the red teams each get everything you're seeing here, a copy for each of them. And then your challenge cards. These are used to basically call the other person a liar and inspect their cards. We'll get into that. So on your first turn, you're trying to build a pyramid. The first row have to all be equal one value or lie and say that they do. Today I'm just going to play 1. And then you say out loud 1 as you lay it down, and then draw a new card. So you always have 3 cards at the end of your turn. So now a bit further in the game, the Americans are going to call me a liar and play one of their challenge cards. They're going to say that, this base one down here is not in fact a 1. I flip it over. Sure enough, it's a 0. That's not a 1, so everything built on that also comes down, and all that goes to the trash. They caught me. Boo. Well, you know what? That was the start of their turn. They do their thing. They're going to play their card for theirs. They're going to draw up. Then I'm going to challenge what they just played. I'm like, no, you didn't spend enough time. You lied to me. And unfortunately, I failed that. So my one challenge is squandered. It's a failed challenge there. Wild cards, in fact, can be any number at any time. Another card I want to show you is the block. So I'm going along and they block me in here. They block me in. Now I can only build to the sides or on top. I have to build around it. I can't challenge it and remove it, so I've got to just build around. But then I don't get points for that. That would have been 10. Now it's -2, so it's only 8. Scorecard. So as you can see, each triangle is the adding up of the layers of cards there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. And if you add the next one, that 4, 3, 2, 1, that's 20. And then the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's 35. If you add up all the rows across, you'll see that is in fact how many that equals. That's how you score at the end of the round. Alright, today on Broken Prism Reviews, I am looking at Space Program. Space Program is a pretty great game. I got it here in hologram for you. Again, sent to me by a game designer in England. It's about the space race. It's an abstract game, so you're building the pyramids like I showed you earlier. As you play out, you're also bluffing, which I love in games. Lying to the people you're playing to is great. But as you go along, you play the card down, say this is a 1, and whether it be a 0 or wild or 3, it needs to be a 1, but if you don't have it, you're on a race, so you're trying to get your space program built first. So play the 1 there, drop to your hand. Then you also have the chance to play another card as like a special ability. You can play a special ability at the beginning of your turn, at the end of your turn. But they do things like block a pyramid place on the other person, or saves one of yours so they can't challenge it. So you can lock it down if you know you're lying. There's some other great things, like if you want to trick somebody, you can do 1 is probably 1, but you can do a 1 and 0 card. So you're playing 2 cards and go 1, and they're going to go Now wait a second. But also, if you had a 4 and you don't need it, you can play 2 cards and 1, and they'll be like, it's probably 0 on 1. I mean, there's a lot of great tricks you can do there. But it's a really fun game. I mean, it's pretty inventive. You get the thrill of the space race from the president or the head of the cosmonauts, the CESR. 20 to 40 minutes. Players, there's gotta be 2 players. You can't play it by yourself, and you can't play it with 3 people, and there's only 2 teams. Ages 10 and up. Anyone that understands bluffing. The year is 1962, and in an alternate universe, 2 nations battle for the supremacy of space. Construct your space agency and develop plans for rockets and satellites to conquer the universe. But look out, enemy agents are never far away. Blueprints get stolen and plans are exposed as each side vies for power. One of the cool things in Space Program, you can actually steal the other person's cards. If you challenge it and it ends up being the wild card, you can take it and use it as one of yours, because the wild cards represent alien technology, a little slight advancement that you can use and associate to whatever it is. Yeah, again, that's Octopus 08 Games, Space Program. Thanks again for visiting Broken Prism Reviews.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.